Here are some continuous improvements that I've made just since yesterday. So the first thing is it didn't have a place for my earmuffs. Made this $0, scrap piece of metal, just screwed it on there, hooks on just where I need it, super handy. That's the first one. Second one, I was cutting brass on this and the chips were flying, so added my safety glasses right here. They were already over here, but it was just too far away, so I just moved them right here where I need them. When the chips were flying, I just grabbed my safety glasses right there. Next thing was this whole gantry was not moving so smoothly, and I know we had the problem in the past where all the chips go down here and they kind of clog these a little bit, so I just loosened these 4 bolts, slid these out, and you can just spray in WD-40 and clear them out, clear all the chips, and also came up with the concept to stop the chips from going in there to start with. So I made a sample of this little guy here, which we can put the whole ways along the rail, and basically it'll stop any of the chips from landing on this rail here, and hopefully then we won't have to ever do that thing again, and it'll save these rollers. Next thing was the spoil boards. I've already made this great improvement. So it's a slider for all the spoil boards. You can see they're all a standard height, which is brilliant, and you can slot them all in there for making all the different parts. But my improvement was for the guitar body, I covered this in UV sealer, and now I can add in all my notes in really nice writing. So you can see I've added all of these notes, so you can check which tools are needed. You can make sure the tools are okay before you run the program. Clearly says guitar body front, and that matches of course the program name that you need to run on this. It tells you where to zero the Z. And all of this is great because it's got the UV sealer. You can clean this off with alcohol afterwards, and you can change any notes if you need to. And of course, I also added on the side so that you can easily tell guitar body front. I will be doing that with all the rest of these spoil boards. MIDI arm, this is more improvements that I just did the last day. So the answer should be where the question is asked. That's a classic lean manufacturing slogan. So here we go. I've got all the stuff. You don't hardly even need a standard operating procedure to do this because it tells you everything. All of the details when you go to make these parts are all there. This is One Piece Flow, by the way. This is a brand new part that we're making. Wonderful part called the MIDI arm for our customers, because it's what the customers want. And here it is. Here's the sample of one of them here. I don't have the arm in it, so I can't demo it properly, but this guy bends down and up, and it's basically, it's a great feature for the customer. This whole module fits right into a body in there, but you make the whole thing with a one-piece flow. So this whole bracket here is made on this piece of brass, and then this whole part here is made here on a 3-step process. All the details are there, and it's brilliant. So you can see the brackets here. Bang, you put them right down there, and that's a finished bracket. And the concept is you can do a one-piece flow on this. So while one is machining, you can be working on another one, and you can make the whole module, everything including the PCB. See, there's a little PCB goes here, and get the whole thing together and assembled and ready to go into a guitar. And in the meantime, you can have another one on the go. Oh yeah, here it is. Sorry, I meant to show you that's with the arm. So the arm sits right here. Great part, complicated to make, and here's another improvement. You can see straight away we were struggling here when we were doing final assembly, missing this cutout. Now we've added this cutout here, so because there was a little bolt in the way, and sometimes it got stuck depending on how the bolt was tightened, so it makes it much easier to assemble. That's some improvements, and yeah, it just keeps getting better. One more improvement, this guy added this, which is toolpath on a body there, and it just makes final assembly that little bit better. And one last improvement was on our printer dock here, which is brilliant. It's on wheels, it's got all your paper, etc. This is a slider, slide out, and you can work on here. And these guys were hanging loose, so I just added these rails here. You see those little aluminium rails? Very simple, but now they have a little spot there, and you can grab the stuff. So for example, you need to grab any of this stuff, there it is. Okay, great, awesome.